Welcome back to this old trailer. Today we're going to be replacing a door catch. For some reason RV manufacturers want to go as cheap as possible on the door catches. And they often use about the cheapest of the cheap crap they can find. These older ones like to break really easily. Some of the newer ones, they don't align right, they get all bent inward. But I've pulled FEMA trailers, I've pulled $100,000 fifth wheels, and they all seem to come with cheap hardware. Some are worse than others. I won't get into names, but there's definitely some brands you want to avoid. But I'm going to go ahead and replace one of these for you. Now the funny thing is, you can go down to Home Depot or check the video description below. I'll put some links to where you can get like a 10-pack of these, or you can get these really cheap. Just a generic magnetic door catch works a lot better than a lot of these mechanical latches that they use, and you know, magnets don't really wear out. These are like 99 cents, pretty cheap. And one thing you want to do is probably pick out something that has a similar hole footprint. Let me put this in the tripod here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's our new magnetic latch, and here's our old plastic latch. And this thing is really clunky and big. You know, it's stuck out quite a ways behind the door. I don't really know why you would use something like that. But if you look, our hole pattern is almost exactly the same. Unfortunately, it's not exactly the same, but it's actually close enough. The screws are off a little bit, but it's close enough that we can use the same screw holes. And you'll also notice that it's a lot skinnier. It's not going to stick out past the edge of the cabinet like the other one was. And we'll be able to reuse two of the same screw holes, and then we'll only have to drill one new hole for the magnet or the metal part of the catch there. So let's show you what we're going to do here. Excuse my pickle jar. I like to use an impact driver. Just going to unscrew the old one. This might seem really obvious to some of you, but some people have never done this sort of thing before, and figure might as well do a video on it, show everyone what to do and how to do it. The pack will come with 3 screws if you get one of these magnetic types. One's going to be different than the other two. You're going to have one that has a beveled end on it. That's one for the magnetic or the metal catch. And then the other two have rounded ends on them. So the rounded ends ones are the ones we're going to use for the magnet part. And we're just going to reuse the same holes here. Get the screw in our bit. Trying to reach over the camera here. See if I can do it without blocking the view. So just get one started. Come up to the other one. Kind of get it up in the hole, and then force the latch up to it. Now, what you want to do here is kind of like line up the front of the plastic with the front of the door. That'll leave the magnet out about 1/16 of an inch, and the magnet is actually kind of floating in there, so it can move in and out a little bit. But if you make the actual plastic piece, the plastic part of the flange, if you make that flush with the cabinet itself, you'll be pretty well lined up. And you can always come back and readjust it later if you really need to. You might need to hold it while you're screwing it to make sure it stays. Now we'll come over here to the door itself, and you can see the two screws holding what used to be the plastic catch on there. We're just going to go ahead and unscrew those. And from the looks of it, this one's been replaced at least once before. There's two different screw holes on both of the holes there. You can get some wood crayon filler or even some wood glue filler and fill in those holes if you don't want to see the holes. Unfortunately, you can't really put this catch up here where one of those holes is. Your magnet would only catch the top part of it. I mean, it might work, but ideally you want this right in the middle. You want this to catch both, you want it to catch the whole magnetic surface. Now, if you're doing this on a new cabinet and you're not sure exactly where to put the catch, luckily on this one we have the screw holes. What you can do is just stick your metal catch to the magnet, get it centered, come over here, close your door on it, and then just mark your center point. And that pencil will come right off later, and you know exactly where your center point is. You just come in here, line that up with your pencil line, like so, and drill it. Now the recommended procedure is to go ahead and drill like a small 1/16 inch pilot hole here. That does make it easier, but I'm just going to go ahead and screw it in there. Make sure it's perfectly straight. I'm not sure what happened there, but the camera came out. Alright, so we've got our latch installed, and it sticks. So what you want to feel for here to make sure that the door closes all the way. If you want to, you can always come back in here, loosen up both those screws and push it back a little bit if it's not closing all the way. But that's right where we want it. So that'll work. And I know that's pretty ugly right there. We'll probably get some wood filler and fill that in. This is an old trailer. It's had various things screwed in there, probably some sort of bag holder or something. But pretty easy. I made it take way longer than it had to in the video. But if you've got catches that are going out, might as well replace them. You can do the same thing with your drawer ones. I think that's why they use these plastic ones, because they do kind of catch mechanically, but a magnetic catch will work just fine there as well. And you could actually even use two if you wanted to. That's it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos.